Hi guys, it's Matt here from the Birmingham and Black Country Amphibian and Reptile Group, and today I just thought I'd bring you some insights into what we're doing on one of our conservation projects around the Black Country area. So here we have our volunteer Shannon and our chair Amber, and what we're doing is we're collecting water samples to test for eDNA. Okay, so what this project is doing is we're creating a wildlife corridor between a couple of conservation areas in the Black Country area. We've got the Fence Pools area, and also we've got Baggeridge Country Park. And what we're doing is we're testing for water samples, or for DNA of a couple of different target species across the route. So what we do is we go along and we collect water samples from various ponds along the route. We put them into a bag and we homogenise that sample, and then what we're doing is we've got a little sample kit over here, and then what we do is it's a little bit unpacked, but what we end up doing there is, can't really see it too well, okay, but there we go. I'm just going to open it up for me. But what we do is we force that water through a filter, and then we end up preserving that DNA sample with a bit of ethanol there. And what that's going to do is going to be sent off to the lab, and we're going to test it for great crested newts, chytrid fungus, and also alpine newts, because as we know, great crested newts are an important conservation species in this country. We want to be connecting up the corridor for them and other amphibians, but also we want to be testing for alpine newts because, you know, they're an invasive species. We need to know where they are and what we're going to do about them potentially. And also we need to know if chytrid fungus is along the route. Chytrid fungus, as I've spoken about before, is a dangerous disease for amphibians, and we need to know if it's somewhere in this corridor, where it is, and what we're going to do about it. So there you are, just a little bit of an insight into what we're doing. Feel free to, like our social media, come and volunteer for us, join the group, become a member, and you can come out on really cool projects like this and help us out sometimes. So here we are at one of the ponds that we're surveying for eDNA, and as you can see, Amber is just collecting a water sample with the ladle. So what you do is you go around and you collect 20 individual samples from around the pond, and that's going to give you an indicative sample of that pond that you're surveying. What then happens is the water is collected into that pipette there, and we push it through a filter. Now what this filter is going to do is filter through the DNA that's collected in that water sample. You can push it through quite a few times until the filter gets blocked, but what you're essentially doing is concentrating that DNA into that filter there. Once you've pushed through enough water and collected enough of a sample, you can then cap off the filter and preserve it in ethanol to be sent over to the lab.